What's up, YouTubeites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the CovrPrice Top 10. How you guys doing? It's July 12th. This is for the week ending July 10th. Holy cow. In the midst of summer, things are going nuts. So I've watched Stranger Things, and I loved it. And the finale was just fucking metal as hell. And I won't play it, the clip, because there's spoilers in it, but it got me going down a rabbit hole. I found this gem. So while you guys are congregating, turn up your amps to 11. That's a nod to a movie if you guys know. Yeah, put on some headphones, turn up the bass, turn up the treble, whatever you got to do, and enjoy a little bit of 2 minutes to late night. You'll see a weird, interesting pattern on these songs. So sit back, relax.
Guys, I'm kind of tired. You go ahead. I'm going to stay home. Jumping up as it's running, and everybody's jumping. We up in San Francisco, and we just get to disco. Phones up to our turn, rich up and lights are burning. So if you like to party, get on and we can party.
Where's Fishbone when you need it?
Wow. Wow. That is from a YouTube channel called 2 Minutes to Late Night. It's a 6-minute thing that just takes. Do you remember like those compilation CDs called "This Is What I Call the '90s Club Songs"?
90s,
or Jock Jams, something like that. So they took it and they just made it metal as fuck. So I'll drop the link in here so you guys can watch it after you watch the Lord.
So that's the one good thing that came out of COVID, the pandemic, was as those cool like in-home mashups where everybody plays and they put together a cool song.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, but but they also have some other cool stuff. So check out 2 Minutes to Midnight. Yo, that that's the way to get a party started. You know what I'm saying? Darkside Jedi, say what's good to the people.
Hey, Tuesday. Let's get in this top 11, baby.
Let's do it. Justin, say what's good.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Tuesday Night Lords CovrPrice Top 10. Let's rock and roll.
Let's do this. Once again, the show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Sign up for a 2-week free trial or $6.99 a month, and you can get this here top 10 list, the shakers, the movers, and the shakers that we do every Thursday at 6 p.m. If you're joining us new, we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m., so hit that sub and notification so you don't miss out. We also put it up on podcasts wherever you consume your audio podcasts. Our friends over at Key Collectibles at Facebook.com, Instagram.com/Key Collectibles for all your CGC submission pressing facilitating needs. Also, our friends over at MySlabs.com. MySlabs offers a high-end seller now, 0% seller fees for books over $60,000. So I'm ready to throw my $60,000 book on there.
I'm going to go dig through my long boxes and see if I can pull out a $60,000 book.
Also, check out our friends at the Geek Swag Shop. It's, t-shirt weather for most of y'all. It's summertime, so head over there if you want some Lords shirts. They got some. I know people have been asking because when I posted that picture of some of us wearing Lords shirt. You can't get the red shirt, though. It's a variant. Sorry, boys and girls. Once again, this is the CovrPrice Top 10. As usual, there's one that doesn't quite break the Top 10, but it's worth an honorable mention. And you know what? It's a return of 2021 was the year of Punchline and Miles, was it? Once again, she's back, boys and girls.
What? Really? Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen #3 from DC Comics back in 2020. So Punchline is back, and she's spearheading a new series called Punchline, the Gotham game, launching sometime in October, November-ish. This news quickly caused her first appearance to pick up in value. It looks like DC has bigger plans for this femme fatale. We tracked 17 copies last week, 7-day uptrend of 105%, and at a high sale of $150 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah, I've been kind of, remember, I don't know. I pondered this the other day. I don't know if it was on here, and I was like, what happened to Punchline? I mean, Punchline
she's in all my boxes. I've got her, all of her. I took her all of her.
I have a bunch of, but remember, it was all the rage, then she just kind of weighs. So,
she's in the backup stories right now for Joker that just ended. So they had that Joker 15-issue run.
I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if she's gonna show up in the new Harley Quinn season.
Animated series,
Too early, I think, but maybe.
So?
Maybe, why not? All right, so
I don't know. It seems like a show that would be good to have her, and I don't know, whatever.
Bring her live action. Shit.
Bring her.
You're the Villain, Hell Arisen #3. Wow, blast from the past. I haven't seen this book in a while. Let's get right to it. What? Two of the top 10, boys and girls. What do we got for number 10, Ryan?
Well, it's Black Panther #3, and Tosin officially and finally appeared in Black Panther #7, holding on to a spot in our top 10. Once again, fans are picking up his first appearance in Black Panther #3, though they really never stopped. We're eager to see the continued development of one of the hottest new Marvel characters, and this week we tracked 24 copies, a 7-day uptrend of 103%, and a high sale of $117 for a CGC 9.8. You can get a raw copy for around $56. Get out there.
I'd be curious to see if there's any fire beyond the smoke of this, because San Diego Comic-Con is literally the weekend of July 24th. I know because that's my birthday, but July 22nd, I believe, or actually Wednesday. So 22nd is Friday, 19th. So Hall H, though, is Saturday. So be curious to see if there's a Tosin announcement. If these are people just buying these up just out of pure speculation. But we shall see, boys and girls. Number 10 on the list is Black Panther #3. What do we got for number 9?
No way. 1990s is here with X-Men #1, but cover D with Magneto on it. So this one has been moving steadily over the past 6 months, while many comic experts report numerous big numbers suffering from slower sales. Buyers have turned to the cheaper books. This is definitely a key issue. Of course, the iconic series by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee massively changed modern Marvel comics. Doesn't hurt that these covers are extremely awesome, as well as this fantastic Magneto one. With the X-Men '97 a year away and the iconic theme appearing in the Multiverse of Madness, fans are grabbing up this issue for the Master of Magnetism. Last week, tracked 25 copies sold, 7-day uptrend of 111%, and had a high sale of $104 for a CGC 9.8 with current raw fair market values of about $17.
I don't know what the exact print runs of this, but I know there are a lot.
6 billion probably.
It was a ton of it, and it was, I think maybe the first modern book that really like went full on with variants. So there was like a ton of variants, and you guys are gonna hate me for this, but look at the Chris Claremont documentary and how Chris Claremont kind of blames Jim Lee
man,
for
yes, he did.
for not being on the book anymore, because but just watch it. It's a great thing. I mean, once like me, I finished The Boys, I finished Stranger Things, I finished Umbrella Academy, I finished everything. So it's like you need new things to watch.
Let me
Go
tell
check
you,
that
Chris
out.
Claremont was a old school dude who was about the story, not about the money. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, he was upset that they brought him back.
Well, he was really upset with Jim Shooter when they brought back
Yeah.
Jean Grey and X Factor. Because Chris Claremont was like, look, I didn't kill a character. I want them to remain dead. And, very, like Frank, a lot of old
It
school
doesn't
cats
sell
like Frank
comic
Miller
books
too.
though when they're dead.
Yeah. So X-Men #1, the Cover D Magneto variant, coming in at number 9. Wow, did not expect that. So more unexpectedness.
Yeah, Doctor Doom, #1, and for such an amazing character and villain, it's incredible that it took until 2019 for Doctor Doom to receive his first solo series. Yet here we are, and here he is on the top 10, with Reed Richards appearing in the MCU and a Fantastic Four film on the horizon. Their greatest foe is not far behind, fingers crossed. Rumors have been swirling around the evil or maybe just power-driven narcissist Doctor joining the MCU for a while. MCU writer Eric Pearson noted how he wanted to bring Latveria into the MCU in Black Widow. That's before the most recent story regarding Howard Stern and a particular film. Regardless, it's good to see. We tracked 13 copies sold this week. It had a 7-day uptrend of 213% and a high sale of $140 for a CGC 9.8, and you can get it raw for about $13.
If I recall correctly, I think it was an episode of Moonlight where people really started speculating when he popped up and there was a castle and there was guys shooting at him and people were saying that was Doctor Doom's castle. Do you remember that? I mean, that was
the first one, first episode.
Yeah. So I'd be curious to see where that goes. But I have a feeling Hall H, Marvel's gonna be, because I was wrong. I thought D23 and then Star Wars Day and all that other stuff. But hey, they're like, you know what? We want to make a splash at Hall H. It's good to see both DC and Marvel having panels at Hall H. It's just like a pre-pandemic. So enjoy it while you can, boys and girls. So number 8 on the list, Doctor Doom, #1 from 2019. All right, let's move on. What do we got for number 7?
Well, bring on the variants for this one. A-Force #1 from Marvel 2015, the 1-in-25 ratio variant by Stephanie Hans. So being mindful of any Thor Love and Thunder spoilers, this book is trending out of the film's release. We'll leave it up here for now, but don't worry, we'll come back next week when folks have actually caught up of watching it. But last week, 19 copies sold last week. Unbelievably crazy. 7-day uptrend of 148% with a high sale of $325 for a CGC 9.8 with the current raw fair market value is about $154 for this one.
Wow.
I don't know.
Raw
Very
for
odd.
$154. Interesting. This specific book.
I can't believe it. I posted today on Top Variant Tuesday, the 1-in-50.
Yeah, I saw yours.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I think I have the other.
I have the
one.
regular cover
Yeah. But
with She-Hulk on it.
yeah, it's curious to see where they're going with this. But I mean, not to spoil anything, but the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, when a particular cosmic entity shows up, I was like, wow, they actually went there. Not to giving away any spoilers. I meant I think probably next week we start talking spoilers. So. A-Force #1, Stephanie Hans, killing it back then, 2000. See, Stephanie Hans and who's the other guy that I was just talking about last week? Dotson, or who was it? Were one's the forebears before like all the Rose Beshes and Peach and Moko's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, Stephanie Hans is a
forget
girl,
the
right?
name.
A female,
Yeah.
right? That's like because I remember one time I was like people ripped me apart because It was a dude that had a girl's name. It was like it was one of those names that it's like Chris. It could be a man or a woman. So I was, but Stephanie Hans is definitely a female. So number 7 on the list is A Force number 1, the Stephanie Hans 1 in 25 variant for $325 for 9.8. Pretty dope cover too. I dig it. What do we have? I can't believe we haven't had any 8 billion genies yet. Do we have it for number 6? Oh no!
It's Batman 125. This is the Jock Foil 1 in 50 variant. And DC spoiled the community by ringing in the introduction of the villain Failsafe with numerous fantastic back covers, specifically with Jock crushing this 1 in 50 variant. The vibrant yellow background is reminiscent of past Batman emblems, with Jock depicting the Dark Knight as he appears in criminals' nightmares. Fans have loved it, and we tracked 29 copies sold, 7-day uptick of 101%, and a high sale of $77.38 for a raw copy. And you can get yours for around $56.
Yeah. So in the world of comics, anytime there's a new Batman character or Spider-Man character, guaranteed to be hot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, organically hot, as opposed to everything else, So, it's we haven't had modern Batman book on here for a while, and now we had 2.
This is
right?
a great cover,
Hell
too.
Arisen. Well, that's still a Batman. It's Batman
I
adjacent.
think if I'm not mistaken, I think this was on the Shakers list on Thursday last week. Not on our actual list, but when we went in after the fact, I remember asking to go to this book. So, wow, awesome.
Yeah, because the thing about DC is they don't do a ton of variants compared to Marvel. Marvel, they overdo it with variants. So on the DC side, they don't do many variants, especially 1 in 50. And then it's a foil variant. Come on now, you got to get foil. We love the foil. We love the gimmicky covers. I don't care what you like. Bring back all the holograms and die cut covers and everything. I'm all about it, man.
Yeah,
So
man.
halfway through there, boys and girls, let's hear from our sponsor, My Slabs. You tired of paying 10, 15, 20% or more? Join at 1% Revolutionis.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles, authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, My Slabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
Yeah, we just got blipped. Yeah.
Blipped, yeah, I think Justin
We got
disappeared. His
blipped, man.
computer.
We lost Justin. Justin's
Force
computer
pushed
just
him
died.
out of the.
Yeah. So I'll try to help you out, Ryan. So you just read that one?
Yeah, let's go. I got it, man. I can go.
Are you sure?
Sure,
It's a lot of pressure.
it's fine.
I
I can
like
do
comments.
it. I feel
All right.
I feel positive in myself.
Feel the force in you?
I do.
All right. Do it. Let's do it.
All
All
right,
right. What do
baby.
we got for number 5, Ryan?
Well, hey, I just talked about Batman 125, but this is cover M. This is the failsafe design variant, and as noted, this issue features the first appearance of the new villain Failsafe. It also has numerous variants, all by the industry's best artists, and they are all fantastic. Jim Lee and Alex Garner both deliver awesome high-ratio covers. However, those are quite costly, and when it comes down to it, this open order variant is the only cover to feature Failsafe on it. We tracked 38 copies sold. It had a 7-day uptick of 81% and had a high sale of $22 for a raw copy. And you can find one for about $16.
So there you go. So, first appearance of Failsafe, but this is the first cover appearance. And as we've gone through the pandemic and everything, and collecting has changed a bit. People have gone from first appearances to first cover appearances, first meetings. As I say ad nauseum, read the tea leaves, boys and girls. All right, so number 5 on the list is Batman number 125. All right. Is it time to rub the magic lamp, Ryan?
So, I think we're ready with 8 Billion Genies #1. This is the Bird City. Shout out to Bird City Comics.
Shout out to
Trish
Laura and the crew
Forsner.
over there. They on next right after us, but go ahead.
Yeah, man. This is the Super Mario 3 homage, and this was actually limited to 500 copies. I think, Tim, you might have obtained one of the 500.
You may see a post later tonight for Top Variant Tuesday.
Awesome. Congratulations. 8 Billion Genies has continued turning up the hype. This Mario homage from Bird City Comics, drawn by Trish Forsner of Stray Dogs, leveled up last week with 13 copies sold, a 7-day uptick of 255%, and a high sale of $275 for a raw copy.
Wow.
Yep, you heard it right.
Congratu-
$275 for raw.
Wow. Congratulations to our friends over at Near Nirvana and Bird City Comics.
Yes.
Killing it in the variant game with exclusives, and this is the second week in a row this book has been here, and I don't see it going anywhere because it's at #4. So shout out to them, man. Stick this after the show. You'll be routed over to their live show tonight. Check them out. Support the girls of Near Nirvana. They do a great job. So #4 on the list is 8 Billion Genies. #1, the Trish Forsner Bird City Super Mario 3 homage variant. That's kind of like we on the Shaker Show and probably this show, but more so on the Shaker Show, right? We've always seen these kind of NES books that have just been blown up. Actually, any video game book. Hell, we had Sonic the Hedgehog on here before.
We've had
it's just
Zelda. We've had Mario, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah. Still waiting for the I was just thinking
I
about
see like
what's
Metroid
that?
or something.
Yeah, Metroid. Oh my God. Oh my, how many hours I spent. And then at the end of the game, I was like, whoa, it's a girl. Oops, spoiler. Anyway.
Ruined it.
All right. What do we got for #3, Brian?
Spectacular Spider-Man Annual #4 from good old 1984 when the Detroit Tigers won the World Series. In the opening issue of the Iron Cat series, we learned the woman's identity under the armor. Oh, wow. Speaking of Samus, I mean, it's not her, but the reveal is a blast from the past in the form of Tamara Blake. This reveal has spiked interest in her first appearance in this issue of Spectacular Spider-Man, Annual #4, and we tracked 25 copies sold this week. It had a 7-day uptick of 184% and a high sale of $51 for a raw copy, and you can get it for $25 for fair market value.
So there you go. So now it's, the first time the character appears, not so much the character as the villain or the hero. So, it's just read the tea leaves, boys and girls. That's what I'm going to say. Spectacular Spider-Man Annual #4 coming in at numero trace. All right. What do we got for #2? This should be no surprise.
Hercules #1 from back in 1982. And again, spoilers and such. If you've managed to avoid the internet of late outside our awesome list here, congratulations. And like many other fans, dive into some cool comic history with this book as they push Hercules to our #2 spot. We tracked 33 copies sold and had a 7-day trend of 259% and a high sale of $450 for a CGC 9.8. And we see Raws routinely selling around $30, but fair market value is currently up to about 19.
Yeah, I posted the first appearance of them in I think Thor Annual number something 1 or 2 or something like that. I mean, that book is getting pricey, but this is great. And once again, Bob Layton, one of the coolest people you'll meet. Like, they said never meet, one of your, but I met him.
Right?
Yeah, he's a great cat. If I met him at a con, and you talked up, he didn't charge to sign books, and he was just talking about Iron Man and all this other stuff. He's underrated, man. He's had a long, illustrious career, as I say. But just look at that cover, man. Hercules.
Love it.
And that's very comic accurate to. I won't spoil it for you, but I mean, it shouldn't. We've said it on here. We had it on a long-term spec list. But as soon as you saw Zeus was going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, you should have put 2 and 2 together. You should have read the tea leaves, brewed it, drank it, and then brewed it again, drank it some more, and brewed it again, and then bought everything. So so you shouldn't have any FOMO on this once you knew Zeus was going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, without giving it away much. But number 2 on the list is Hercules. Number 1, one of the earliest Marvel miniseries from 1982. Nowadays they're all over the place, but back then, there weren't so many. You know what I'm saying? So I think the first ever was Contest of the Champions, was a 3-issue miniseries that obviously featured almost every damn character in the Marvel universe. But number 2 on the list is Hercules. Number 1, 9.8 for 450 bones. Good Lord, have mercy. All right, if you everybody's been asking. Are we rubbing the lamp one last time, Ryan? Are we rubbing it?
I'm rubbing it right now. You can't see it, but I'm rubbing it.
Rub it off.
I'm rubbing it. Okay, this is 8 Billion Genies number 1. That is the number 1 spot this week, and it's standard cover is a rare number 1 spot repeater, and Amazon's recent announcement regarding this book makes it no wonder we see it on a repeat. This book would inevitably appear on more people's radars as media coverage has grown, letting the far corners of the community know what they're missing with this fantastic story. We tracked 78 copies, more than last week's 70, if you're keeping track. And it had a 7-day uptick of 123% and a high sale of $26 for a raw copy.
Yeah, so it's been optioned. Somebody asked earlier, why, it's blowing up. It's been optioned, and in the year 2000, if you guys remember that skit, me and Ryan are probably old enough to remember Conan O'Brien's In the Year 2000 skits. But nowadays, when things get optioned, they blow up. Especially a periodical such as the Hollywood Reporter or Variety, announces it. So it'd be curious to see where they're going to go from here. But yeah, get it now before it comes out. So, there's,
Charles Soule is a stud. I mean, he's a great writer.
Yeah. In talking to people that I know that are in Hollywood, there are tons and tons of things that are in the pipeline. I mean, Hollywood is really starting to look for IP in the comic book realm. So, we always say, everybody's chasing to be the next Walking Dead number 1. Speaking of which, Sean Kirkman, no relation to Robert Kirkman, I think his name is Sean Kirkman, got his locker broken, his storage broken into, and he posted a picture of it, and they stole a bunch of like Walking Dead stuff. I think it's Sean Kirkman. Anyway,
special place in hell for people who steal comics.
Yeah, and the dude didn't even have a mask or anything on it. I was like, the criminal mind in me was like, says, look, dude, you could wear a mask nowadays and nobody would trip. Like if in 2018, if you're wearing a mask and walking around, people are like, what the hell is he doing? But nowadays, criminals deserve to get caught. If you're not wearing it, well, criminals deserve to get caught regardless. But you see what I'm getting at, right? I mean,
right.
when especially now there's cameras.
It's like drunk driving. You got Uber and Lyft and all sorts of stuff these days.
And there's cameras everywhere. It's amazing how it's like cameras are everywhere. And that's why that movie Black Phone works so well, because it takes place in like I think the 70s or 80s, right? The best films that you could do for horror or thriller are films when there was no technology, right? Because you can't trace people by phones and all that other stuff. But check out Black Phone. It is a fucking great movie with Ethan Hawke.
I was just telling my son the other day, because he likes to go up to the mall and meet his friends and stuff. And I was telling him how back in the day we would use payphones to call our parents collect, and then when it said, when you would have to say your name, you'd say come pick us up. So then it would say, you have a collect call from, and it would say, come pick us up. You would never use a dime. Yeah. You would never use a dime, baby.
Yeah. Back then, boys and girls, a payphone cost a dime, and then it costs a quarter. Now you'd be hard pressed to find a
I don't even think they exist anymore. I haven't seen one locally anywhere.
At our community pool, but it doesn't work. I don't know why it's still there, but it's there though. I mean, now if Superman would come out, remember Superman used to change inside of a payphone booth.
Yeah.
All right,
you remember that movie Phone Booth, or was it called Phone Booth with
yeah,
what's his name? Good old what's his name?
He played Punisher.
Yeah.
No,
No,
he played
not Punisher. Bullseye. He played Bullseye.
Bullseye, yeah. The
Played
Irish
Penguin. Can't think of his name.
yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yeah.
That was a good one.
Bring back the payphones. I mean, I don't want to say how sketchy this is, but back in the day, that's how we used to get our our things. You paid somebody and they would call you back at a cell phone, but that's neither here nor there.
You were more off the grid back then.
Yeah. Payphones have went the way of Star 69. For those who don't remember Star 69, you miss a call, you put Star 69 and call it right back. Now we have things where people actually tell you when it's a scam on your phone. Hey, boys and girls, thanks for joining us. Dark Side Jedi, any last words?
Hey, great list. Tuesday nights are always a blast to see what everybody's buying up from the week previous. So, hey, join us on Thursday. We're going to have that Shakers show.
Yep, we'll be back on Thursday for the Cover Price Shakers of the Week. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Stick around. You'll be redirected to Near Nirvana. Go peep them out. Go support the females in our hobby, man. They're doing their thing. So peace out.
Shake and make it, pull it back.
Oh my god.
Come on and get some, boys.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's three greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Shake and make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright. In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
Come on and get some, boys.
Heck, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is upright.
What's in the box?